Let's move forward. So now I assume that you know how to make a graph and you understand that if demand is increased, shift to the right. If demand has decreased, shift to the left. If the reason is just price, right? Because price change, quantity demand change, and that quantity demand is also in the same schedule, demand schedule. It means there is no new shift, only the position has changed. We call that movement along the curve. That's it. We don't have to make a new curve, right? Here we go. Okay, so let's talk about those factors that causes this shift to the right. So number one, consumer income. Number two, the prices of related goods. Number three, taste. Number four, expectation. Number five, number of buyers. So let's talk about number one. If consumer income changes, what happens? So if your income rises, right? Previously, because you don't have that budget, or you can only afford once a day ice cream, but now your income has rises, and you can say that, okay, I am going to be having two flavors, 2 scoop ice cream, one is chocolate, one is vanilla, or one is mango, it's like that, pistachio or something, right? So you consume more. Price is the same, right? The sellers experience that I didn't change the price, but still people are all of a sudden eating more or having more ice creams, right? The reason is not price. He didn't change the price. The reason is consumer income has increased, right? So we call that effect, there is a shift in demand because the demand has increased, so shift to the right. And the reason is not price, the reason is consumer income. So in economist, we call that product when our income rises and we start consuming more, we call that product normal good. For example, H&M or Old Navy dresses or some high quality dresses, Louis Vuitton shoes or purses, just like that. So when your income rises, now you can say that I want to consume more, right? You go over there and you purchase that one. It means that product in economics, we call that normal product. It's just a name, okay? And if your income rises, you start consuming less. We call that is inferior goods. So don't pay, more focus on this inferior or normal, but because that's just an economics jargon, okay? It doesn't mean that it is inferior or something, bad stuff. No, this is just the terminology of this, course, right? For example, the local noodle shop. If your income rises, you say that let's eat to some standard restaurant, not the corner noodle shop or corner street foods or something. Similarly, the bus ride. Now your income rises, you say that let's take a taxi. Right? I can afford that. Let's go on taxi. Or let's, have a car rented. Right? You can rent a car. So if your income rises, you start consuming more, it means that is a normal good. And in the case of normal good, you start consuming more. Price is the same. What happened? Or left? Yes, Osama. Excuse me. Who is having a call? Please mute your microphone. Okay. Anyone who want to ask a question?
No, it's clear.
Okay. So whenever there is a normal good, it means the demand shift to the right because we start consuming more, demand shift to the right. Inferior means When consumer income rises, you start consuming less, right? Demand shift to the left, right? Here we go. So you see here, ice cream is a normal good. If your income rises, you start consuming more. It means increased demand will shift to the right. And if it's an inferior good, your income rises and you start consuming less. It means we have to make a new demand curve, and new demand curve would be the left side of the original one, the last one. Okay, any question?
No.
No.
Clear?
Yeah.
No more question, then please answer this question. Let me read it first, and then I'll ask somebody among you to answer this question. So if Francis experiences a decrease in his income, we would expect that as a result, Francis' demand for A, B, C, D. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read that, and then I'm going to be asking you to answer this question. Okay. Everybody read that?
Yes.
Okay. So Isaac, what is the answer?
I was thinking about A and B, but I'll go ahead and say B.
You say B. I will say B. David?
I agree. B.
B. Mimi?
B.
Good. Osama?
It's gonna be.
You also say B. Marlene? Oh, sorry, Marilyn?
B.
B. Okay. We have Dijodi or Leonardo?
B.
Okay. Kim?
B.
Paulo?
I will go with B.
You also go B. Sunho?
I'll also B.
D or B?
B.
Good. Okay. And then we have the last one, which is Miriam?
I would say B.
B. What is the answer here? B. Very nice. Right? You experience a decrease in income, and what happened? The normal good will start decrease, right? Because it's a vice versa. Very nice. Good. And now price of related goods. Why my pen is not working? Otherwise, this would be very easy for me to write down. Okay, let's talk about that. So price of related goods. Goods are said to be related if they satisfy similar needs. For example, if you have the comparable option, we call that related goods. For example, yogurt with frozen yogurt with ice cream, right? Or the coffee with tea, milk coffee with milk tea, right? This kind of stuff. Or Coke, Pepsi, right? Different kind of like juices, apple juice versus mango juice. Similarly with Subway and taxi, we have substitutes, right? Choices. So in economics, we say two goods are substitute. So we have two categories of related goods. One is called complement and one is called substitute. So in economics, we call two things are substitute if the price falls of a good A causes demand of another good to decrease. For example, Pepsi and Coca-Cola. So what happened here? If the price of Pepsi decreases, it causes demand of Coca-Cola also decreased. We call that these two are substitutes. So what happened here? If you see individual law of demand of Pepsi and Coke, for example, if we have a Coke here, Pepsi here and Coke, so if Pepsi decrease the price, law of demand apply here, right? So Pepsi demand will increase or decrease? If the price of the Pepsi decreases, demand of the Pepsi rises, right? Since these two, Coke and Pepsi, they are related goods, the Coke customers, they will say that, there is not so much difference between Coke and Pepsi. Why not we just purchase, because the price of Pepsi has decreased, we will purchase more Pepsi. So see, in terms of that, due to the actions of Pepsi management, they decrease the price, they grab customer of Coca-Cola as well. So Coca-Cola demand decrease. So we call these two product substitute. You understand that? Everyone?
Yeah.
If price of product A decrease, it causes quantity of product B to decrease as well. We call that these two products are substitute. Because as a buyer, I want to pay less. If I have the option, cheaper option, I will go to the cheaper one. Right? And remember, cheaper doesn't mean that it's not of that quality, right? The quality control, we have different subjects. That's why we always assume that people are rational. It means we have a comparable quality. Okay, so don't confuse with other subjects. Okay, why I choose cheaper products? Because the quality, is like mama who quotes the quality is not very good. No, in case of rationality.